And we are live. Welcome to, don't really know what I'm going to call this show just yet, but this is the long awaited podcast. And yeah, the show podcast is actually brought to you by our good friends, Fair Game. Now, Fair Game, it's a golf app that is built for real golfers. So whether you're tracking your rounds, connecting with friends, or running a tournament, Fair Game makes it easy. No spreadsheets, no headaches, just a clean, simple way to play and compete. So if you love golf, which you should, then you do need to check it out. Download Fair Game for free and start playing your way. Now, I've used Fair Game before. It's awesome. Throw out the pencil, throw out the paper. Just download the app. A lot of cool features on there. It's great. Secondly, this podcast is also brought to you by Good. Now, Good is the natural pre-workout, and it actually works. Botanical-based ingredients, natural, clean, no jitters, no artificial flavoring, no artificial coloring, just real ingredients with real results. You can try it at shopgoodroot.com. Okay. Now, a few things I wanted to talk about here. First one is it's getting warm out. Spring, kind of. I actually don't know the official start date of spring, but it fucking feels like spring. So we got to start getting in shape now for summer. Because summertime, it's actually, in my opinion, is actually harder to stay in shape. I've always been someone where the majority of my life, I'm usually in better shape over the winter and the colder months because I'm going out less, kind of indoors more, just more time to just work out. You know, when summertime rolls around, you got all these different trips, you're bouncing around. It's nice out, more dates, more happy hours, more golf. Shout out Fair Game. So maintaining somewhat of a healthier or balanced lifestyle, I feel like is a little bit more difficult. So now is the time, if you haven't already, to truly fucking dial your shit in. And there's a few things that you got to do. I mean, it's a little tricky in the spring, I feel like, because now that it is getting warmer and there's a lot more shit going on, people are down to do more things, you're going out more. Like, now is the time you do have to make some sacrifices. Okay? Like, I know it's going to be really easy where it's like that next fucking Tuesday afternoon, it's like really nice out. It's like, boom, like, all right, like, let's go grab drinks. Just pump the brakes a little bit. We're playing the long game here. I know we're eager. Everyone's bricked up once it gets a little bit warmer. Sundress season is coming out. Everyone's horny walking the streets. I get it. But we got to stay the path here. So planning is key. And that actually goes for any season, really. It is planning your week out, similar to what you're doing at work, right? You look at all the important calls you have during the week, all of your important tasks, and you kind of prioritize based on priority of what you need to get done throughout the week. And if you don't do that, you probably should. And that's the same thing in your personal life, right? Like, you're going to have a general idea of the shit that you have going on throughout the week. So just make sure you prioritize it. If you're someone who consistently, or it's part of your plan to go to the gym 4 days a week, map out each day what days you're going to the week. Okay, I have a birthday party this day. I might not be able to make it. I'm working late this day, yada, yada, yada. Just map it out. Because if you don't, things are always going to come up. No matter what, you're going to get a text at noon. You're going to get a text at 3. You're going to get these different invites and different social gatherings or personal conflicts that you have to deal with. So you have to just be disciplined enough to just structure your day and your week better. That's going to be one of the most important things you can do. So if you've been following me for a while, I preach consistency. That is the silver bullet. Everyone's always asking, what is the key to success when it comes to getting in shape, staying in shape, and kind of maintaining some sort of balanced lifestyle that is sustainable? It's going to be consistency. Like, that's it. You know, if you're yo-yoing out here and you're one of those people that goes to the gym 3 months on, 3 months off, 6 months on, 6 months off, 2 weeks on, 2 weeks, whatever it is, you're never going to get anywhere. The name of the game is consistency. And that's with everything in life too, man. You know, like, if you're constantly trying new things and starting new businesses and just fucking not stopping, and you're consistent over a long period of time, you're going to see results. That's just how it works. So, first thing is structure, right? Finding that structure, mapping out the day, making some sacrifices here and there because we don't want to go overboard through the spring. We got a whole summer to live it up. So that's the first thing. Number two, I know you don't like doing it. I know you don't like doing it. I don't like doing it. But we got to do a better job meal prepping. Now, a lot of people think about meal prepping and they think like, oh, just bodybuilders, chicken and rice. Listen, I'm not like the expert meal planner myself. I'm great with nutritional guidance and nutritional advice. I know what I should and shouldn't be eating. I know how to optimize my diet and how to kind of optimize results to make me feel better and also get the most out of my workouts. But I'm not one of these guys that has like all of these exquisite fucking meal plans and different recipes. I get a lot of my stuff from other creators, and I recommend you do the same. And people reach out to me a bunch about meal plans, and I actually redirect them to some other creators that are just significantly better at it than I am. And sure, am I missing out on an avenue here for making some money with the meal plans? I just don't love doing it. So for me, I've found it somewhat easy just because I eat a shit ton of steak, ground beef, potatoes, things of that nature. And it's really easy for me to just repeat the same meal over and over. A lot of people don't like doing that, and I completely get it. So you do have to get creative, and that comes with planning things out. So go online, go on TikTok, Instagram, go on YouTube. There's an endless amount of brilliant creators that have truly phenomenal, meal prep plans and meal prep ideas that are super easy to make. You can make a week's worth of food in an hour or two. So, got to start meal prepping as well. That's another thing. And two, we need to be more structured, not only with the week that we spoke about, but with your workouts. We need to work out with intention. I know there's a lot of creators that will be anti-cardio. From a muscle building perspective, sure. If you're doing cardio after your workout, the science shows that it could inhibit some of your muscle growth, sure. But I would say for the average Joe, and apologies if I'm calling you an average Joe, but most of you guys don't want to step on stage and be a professional bodybuilder. That's just reality of the situation. A lot of you guys and girls just want to build a little muscle, get toned out, feel better in your clothes, feel better naked, just be in better shape. And that's totally okay for you to kind of hammer the weightlifting and the strength training with the cardio. Now, is it optimal for muscle growth? No, but you don't need to optimize that shit. What you need is to just optimize the results that align with your goals. And if your goals are to just lose weight and get in shape and feel better for the summer, take some more shirtless pics, yeah, that's what we want to fucking do. You might not think you want to do it now, but you do. Then yeah, follow a more structured program that will optimize your time in the gym, getting you the most out of your strength training and your weight training sessions, and align that with cardio on top of it. Now, of course, if you are just trying to prioritize muscle building, that might not be for you, but structure, consistency, that is everything. I mean, if you look at like the most successful businessmen and women, like they are extremely regimented in what they do. If you look at the most successful, or I'm sorry, the people that are the most fit, they're extremely regimented in what they do. Now, sure, there are outliers. Like if you look at Alex Hormozi, his whole, kind of brand and take on things is like you don't need to be overly regimented like everyone is pushing right now with all the biohacking, which has been a little bit overboard. We can talk about that in a minute. So there are certain outliers, but if you're someone who has been a bit unstructured, things aren't super regimented, and things are inconsistent, and you just continue to kind of go down that path and expect a different result, it's not going to work. And that's a big thing too, right? Is just having the self awareness. Because if you're doing something over and over and over again and it's not working, continuing to do that same thing, it might not work. You know, you might have to change certain things in your habits and your lifestyle to better accommodate the results that you're trying to get. So, I kind of forgot where I was going with that, but we want to be more regimented, is what I'm saying. That's going to be extremely key because that's going to come across with discipline as well. Oh, the biohacking too. I could talk about that for a minute. So I just watched that documentary. What is that guy's name? The guy that's trying to live till he's 120. Let's see. Don't die. Yeah, don't die. What's his name? Brian Johnson. Yeah, so biohacking, that's kind of been going a little bit overboard these days. Like, I get it because I myself would like to live forever, but at the same time, I feel like if you're just truly making all of these sacrifices to live forever, if you're truly fearing death that much, you're truly substituting your life experience in the fear of death, and that in itself is not living. Um, it is tough these days too, you know, because like everything you see will tell you something is bad for you, right? Like if you eat a piece of fruit, you'll have some crazy biohacker that says fruit's horrible for you because the chemicals they use to preserve the fruits or wash the fruits is a hormone disruptor and it's going to kill you. It goes on and it can be incredibly overwhelming, and it's really hard not to get sucked into that rabbit hole. Um, but at the end of the day, like what's going to allow you, going back to the consistency, what's going to allow you to be consistent is just truly simplifying things. And I think that's one of the problems with social media today. Like it's a double-edged sword, right? It's incredible the amount of information that we have available at our fingertips at all times. But the amount of information we have access to can be so overwhelming, overstimulating, and we're almost like over consuming all of this stuff to a point where we don't know what's real, we don't know what's fake, we don't know who to believe, we don't know who not to believe, what pieces of information are truly out there to help better our lives, or what pieces of information are out there just for clicks, where they really don't give a shit if it's better for the end user there. So, with that said, you got to simplify things, and that's really what I've been trying to push on my page for a long time. Is just simplifying the workouts, simplifying the meals, simplifying the macronutrients, simplifying the micronutrients, just getting a decent set of supplements that you take each day. Kind of simplifying your morning routine, your nighttime routine. We don't need to go overboard. Yeah, sometimes I like to do some shit that's over the top, but that's just me, and it works for me. But most people, they don't want to do that, and they never will. I'm not telling you that in order to be successful, you have to journal for 20 minutes a day. You have to do your ice bath every day. You have to do your meditation. You have to dedicate 3 hours to whatever the fuck people are telling you to do. No, you need to do things that make you happy, support the people around you, promote a healthy lifestyle, promote balance, give you some sort of feeling of intention. And that's really what's important, right? So be careful with what you see online is what I'm saying. And that goes for me too, as in like what I'm saying. I'm not saying that I'm always right, even though maybe I think I am. I am. But everything can be just extremely overwhelming at times. And it's extremely different to manage. I mean, because you're going to have plans to do certain things, and then you see other people succeeding and doing things maybe a little bit better than you, and it causes some self-doubt. And then you see another video or read another article that motivates you, and then you see another video or article that is the complete opposite of what you just saw, and it puts your brain in a fucking pretzel and you don't know where to go, and then you get all upset. So surround yourself with people that are kind of just like-minded, have similar goals, similar ambition, and allows you to kind of unplug with each other and just be present and just simplify as much as you can, because we have so much information, we have so many responsibilities, so many challenges. If you overcomplicate everything, you're just not going to be able to get it all done. And if you think you can, ask yourself why you haven't already. So, next, I do want to talk about Goodroot for a minute. So a lot of exciting things coming. The truly what we've seen, and a lot of the common feedback we've been getting around Goodroot is the versatility with this product. Now it's labeled as a pre-workout, but it seems that a large handful of our customers are using it for things outside of their workout. A lot of people are using it as a coffee replacement, either in the morning or in the afternoon. This is largely due to the ingredients. We designed this thing to be a cognitive boost as well. We've designed it to help you enter that flow state while you're in the gym, but at the same time, because there's no jitters, there's none of the beta alanine, no added compounds, none of that stuff that's going to make you want to itch your face off. There's no crash, so it is a very smooth energy kick. But at the same time, because of some of the ingredients, that is a cognitive boost, kind of helps you enter that flow state, which is extremely good for work, right? So if you're one of those people who's addicted to caffeine, like myself, and you drink a lot of coffee in the morning, a lot of coffee in the afternoon, but then you're kind of just sitting at your desk, you're shaking your legs, you're still kind of bouncing all over the place, a little bit ADD, try giving Goodroot a shot. Because that's a lot of the common feedback we've been getting. And then at the same time, from a workout perspective, I have my best workouts on Goodroot. Truly, I'm not just saying that because it's my product. I've been taking beetroot, cordyceps, pink salt, turmeric. I've been taking a lot of this stuff the majority of my life, and I finally put it all together to make it palatable. And my endurance, my strength, again, my cognition, everything is extremely, extremely enhanced when I do take Goodroot. So I just fucking love it. I know it's my product, it's my baby, and I love it so much. And thank you so much for everyone else that loves it out there and who's been spreading the word and trying to get our product out there. It has been really exciting to see the community that we've built, and I'm just extremely grateful for all of you guys. And outside of the Goodroot community, to my socials and everything, it is pretty cool that a lot of you have asked me to even start this thing, and because you are so interested in the voice I have and the words I have to say. So I do appreciate that, because I love connecting with all you guys on as much of a personal level as I can. I connect over my lives and over the comments and the DMs, and there's only so much I can do to get to know all of you, but it is heartwarming that you all make that much of an effort to know so much about me. So that is pretty cool. And thank you. Okay. What else do we have going on? I'm still trying to figure out, the segments that we're going to be putting into this. So starting out, things are going to be a little choppy. We're at, let's see, we've been recording for 20 minutes now. I don't know, maybe like 10 more minutes. And then as we run this back, I'll have a better idea of what segments we want to break things into. And then, please in the comments and on the side and DMs, whatever, let me know specific talking points that you want to hear, that you want to listen to, or that you want my take on. And then, of course, down the road, would love to have some guests and just talk to people. But it's definitely interesting talking to yourself on camera. But we'll see. What else is going on in the news? March Madness coming up. I think the bracket's being released on Sunday. I don't know shit about college basketball, so if anyone has any winners for me, please let me know. I usually fill out my bracket in about 45 seconds. Basically, just close my eyes and just fill it all out. So, yeah, someone can give me some guidance. That would be superb. What else is going on? Yeah, on the note of sports and gambling, I would like to ride some parlays here. I thought about that as a segment. It's like at the end of every episode, I place like a 10-leg parlay. It's like $10, 10 legs, and we all ride it. It'd be sick. I'm very down. Also, podcast names as well. If anyone has any any names for me, that would be pretty neat. That would be pretty neat. People aren't afraid of what they want to do. They're afraid of what they need to do. I wrote that down as a talking point. That's interesting. I'm kind of drawing a blank on what I meant when I wrote that down. I probably saw that. So if you're just listening to this, I'm pulling out my notepad. Something I've been doing recently that I've actually really been enjoying. So I've been kind of getting into this. Well, I've been kind of getting into the stoics a little bit more, and obviously very complex and sometimes very difficult to understand, but they're extremely powerful. Like there's a lot of, I'm sure everyone has come across some sort of like Marcus Aurelius quote at some point in your life. I don't know, but I've kind of just been trying to like read a few a day, and then not just like overlooking it, but reading it and truly seeing how like my past experiences and my life, like how it truly resonates with me, that particular quote, and how it can make my life better. Because for the most part, like these quotes truly are so powerful. I mean, I put one on my Instagram the other day. It said, I forget who it was by. I don't even know if it was a Stoic quote, but it was a very powerful quote. It said, if you knew you were 30 failures away from achieving your goals, how fast would you be willing to fail? Like that's extremely, extremely powerful. Like if you knew that the financial freedom, the vacation homes you put your parents in, take care of your friends, and all of the power, the status, whatever it is that you want in life. Because everyone, when they go to bed, they close their eyes. They're in one way or another envisioning a life that they want, that they're working for. If you knew that you were just 30 failures away and that life that you dream of would then be your reality. I mean, how fucking fast. If it was like God wrote it in paper, said, hey, on the 30th failure, you'll get everything you want. I mean, you won't even go to sleep that night because you'll be trying something new and just seeing if it fails. And you will not stop until you hit that 30th, because on that 30th, you're a winner. And the reality of the situation in most people's lives, I mean, it's going to be a fraction of 30. Hell, it could be one. You could be one failure away from everything you want in your dreams. Everything. And people are afraid to make that one failure. But if it was in writing from a higher power that said, hey, the 30th failure, you get everything, people would immediately start failing. You know, it's just the uncertainty of life and the opinions of others is just such a huge reason why we have so much self-doubt, which we shouldn't. We really shouldn't. You know, I mean, because there are so many people that kind of adopt this like I don't give a fuck mentality, and not like the overboard David Goggins, like, sure, guy's fucking nut job, he's a winner, he's a badass motherfucker, sure. But I mean, even still, I'm kind of working towards the I don't give a fuck mentality, and I think I'm almost there, and I've made some pretty strong strides. But it's so interesting how much weight the opinions of others carry for most people, you know, and at the end of the day, their opinions are just, it's really just a product of their own perspective on life, right? Like every single person that you've ever encountered in the world has a different image of you in their brain. I don't know, what is 7-8 billion people on the planet? If you met every single one of them, there wouldn't be one of them that had the exact same perspective on you. Not a single one. Because everyone has their own unique life experiences. And everyone has just different upbringings and thought processes and things that shape their consciousness and the way they view the world and how they view every person that enters their life is going to be extremely different. So you're letting essentially everyone else who has a false reality of who you truly are, because who you truly are, the only person who knows that is yourself. That's the only person who knows that. And you're letting the opinions of others based on who really shape their image of your identity based on their own experiences. That's going to define who you are and really what you do with your life. You know, that's kind of a tough pill to swallow if that's the route you go. And it's easier said than done. You know, I'm not coming over here saying I've never been influenced by the opinions of others. That's not true at all. You know, I definitely have. We've all fallen victim to it. But I do think there's a perspective shift that a lot of people need, to where, you know, your reality truly is whatever you make it. It's without a doubt. It's without a doubt whatever you want to make it. And that can include letting other people kind of mold the decisions that you make. Or you understand that you have trust in yourself and all of your own life experiences and life experiences you want to continue to have. And you let that shape the direction of your future. So, going back to a couple of the other quotes that I thought were extremely powerful. Let's see. I guess this one relates. More is lost by indecision than wrong decision. Again, that goes back to, you know, the fear of failing and the fear of other people, you know, molding the direction in which your life is going and letting those opinions control what you want to do. A lot of people are afraid to make the wrong decision, or they're afraid to do what they want. They're afraid to speak their mind and you know, follow through with their ambition. And whether you make a decision or you take action, whether that's the quote-unquote wrong action, it'll never be worse than not taking that step. Because regardless of the type of failure, or how you fail, failure is growth in itself. Back to the 30 failures. Let's see. I'm going to just do one more. I'll do two more. I mean, this is another Marcus Aurelius quote that is actually very similar to what we were just talking about. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own. It's crazy, right? At the end of the day, we all fucking love ourselves quite a bit for the most part, or there was a time in your life where you truly did. And while we are our own most important person, oftentimes we care more about what other people have to think about us than we think about ourselves. Now, lastly, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. Marcus Aurelius, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. That one's pretty deep, huh? I put my own little footnote on this one. Yeah, so when I first read this, my take was our subconscious mind is our true identity. Like how a leaky faucet fills up a sink, individual drops may seem insignificant, meaning, each tiny little subconscious thought or little thought you have throughout the day, these little comments that you make, tidbits of information that you're taking through the internet, they may seem very insignificant, kind of just like if you have a sink or a bucket and just like one drop is dropping at a time. For the overall volume, it seems like nothing. No, it's just one drop. But over time, each drop or each thought will fill up that bucket or fill up the sink entirely. And now, you have a bucket that's filled with all of these tiny, tiny little thoughts that initially you thought were very insignificant, but at the end of the day ended up filling and kind of molding your subconscious mind, which is your true identity, right? So your thoughts, they do mold who you are and who you become and how you think towards yourself and towards other people. And it's tough, man. It's a tough thing to manage. I find myself struggling with that from time to time as well. I mean, this goes back to how much information that we have that's accessible to us it's just this constant fucking stream of information nonstop, both positive and negative. And because it's so constant, right? Like, short form content is everything right now. 7-second video, swipe, 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 swipe. It could be a positive. Then you have that negative video, positive, negative. And all of a sudden, you just doom scrolled for an hour and you may think you were just scrolling, but I mean, shit, some of the evil shit you could have just inherited through all those videos. Like, you don't even realize that's the type of stuff that you're taking in. And similarly to music, I mean, it's very hypocritical because I do love rap and some other types of music that have some pretty shitty messaging behind it, but I do love that music. But I've been reading that stuff is pretty poor for your subconscious mind and kind of like the wiring of the information that's being fed into your brain. And then even just like overall attitude towards things. One of the most powerful things that you can do, I don't know if you hear that siren. One of the most powerful things that you can do is not complain. God damn it, is complaining just this horribly contagious thing. Like if you're in the office and you like hear or see people complaining and you kind of notice it over time, then all of a sudden like you're gonna start complaining about the little shit. Oh, everything's not fair. Oh, we have to do this. We have to. Whoever is in your life that is complaining about something, get them the fuck out of your life. Serial complainers, you're dead to me. You don't exist in my world. That energy is the most contagious shit, and it is some of the worst things that you can truly absorb being around someone like that. And I've noticed it in the past too. I've been around just people who like to complain about everything. If there's a glass is 98% full, they'll complain about the 2%. It's truly unbelievable, and it's almost like addicting for those kind of people as well. It consumes their personality, and it's extremely toxic, and it's extremely unhealthy to the point where like that truly is their identity, and no matter what they encounter in life, like all they're going to see is like the downside to it, because there's pros and cons to everything. There's a positive and a negative for everything. And my perspective on things is that the key to happiness and the key to peace is gratitude. And there's in every situation, every aspect of life, like you can be grateful for something, and you can either choose to be grateful, or you could take the other end and just complain about anything. It is so horrible to be around. So if you haven't noticed it, what I want you to do is start to kind of enter conversations and relationships with people with like an outside perspective, and kind of, I don't want to say like, because you aren't judging someone. I want you to just be more observant. I want you to be a bit more cognizant of, how people react in certain situations. And if you start to notice like, oh wow, this person, I never realized like they are complaining quite a bit. And then notice what they're complaining about, and then identify for that particular complaint what they can be grateful for. And you'll notice that every single time there's going to be something that they can be grateful for, but they're choosing the negative avenue. They're choosing the negative route to just complain. And once you identify those people, you just remove them. You just do. And if they're too close in your life to where you can't remove them, have a fucking talk. Sit them down. Like, you're a serial complainer, and I'm trying to help you because I cannot stand being around this negativity and this negative energy any longer, because it's having a negative impact on me. And these aren't the type of people I want to surround myself with. I'm grateful for this beautiful life that we've been given and all the people that are around me. And you need to have that perspective shift as well. So just cut those people out, or if they're like a family member, they're too close to you, whatever it is, just have a little talk. Have a little talk, because you'll be helping them out at the same time. You'll be doing them a favor. So complaining, big no-no. Get that shit out of here. Yeah, I think that's pretty good for the first step. Pretty much just talking about a bunch of random shit. Again, I'm gonna kind of have things a little bit more structured. The reason it wasn't super structured today, I've just had like a bunch of random fucking talking points, is because I could have spent the next 6 months like trying to make this perfect in the beginning, but no matter how I do it, it will never be perfect in the beginning. I'm just going to keep making these and kind of just analyze it, critique it, get feedback from all of you guys, different segments, different talking points, guests down there. But, so it was very random at first, but, that's just part of the process. We're going to fine tune it. We're going to funnel it. This is going to be great. This actually was a lot of fun. Didn't think I would like hearing myself talk as much as I do, but I'm glad you guys like it as well. So thank you everyone for listening. Stay tuned for the next one, and have a phenomenal weekend.